Right guys, welcome back to the channel. Project st220 by DH Customs. The things where we do everything as self. Right, he's here, look helping. Right, today the gearbox is back in TIGS, and I'll give you a quick look from up above. Oh dear. Oh. So yeah, gearbox is back in. Move the wiring loom out of the way, look. New clutch. See the flywheel, it's got TTV racing flywheel in it now. All new bolts on there, new nuts, everything. All bolted back in. I'm not putting the clutch in yet or anything, but today's job, as you can see, so this car's been sat for, what month is it now? It's September. And this car's been sat since last November, so that's 10 months, isn't it? So this is what happens to the oil. If you look on the sump, oh dear, see where your oil leaks are. So obviously, when you look at this gasket, anything from here, on the whole perimeter of the sump obviously, anything from the inside here to there, oil here is not a problem. But anything after that, this side of it, look, that's where your oil leaks are. So Tigsy's got a bit there, look. He's definitely leaking round here. There's a bit there. I've never done the sump gasket on this. I've owned this 3 years, so bit here, look, bit there. Excuse me. It's all down here. It's not bad, but you can actually see there, look. Actually see the build-up of oil. This is the dirt on the outside of the engine. Now you can't see that. If you turn it to the side, you can see it's that bit there. It's still quite thick. That's how thick it all was. So that's just a bit of oil. And this, as you all know, excuse me, oh dear, Tiggs gets looked after like a, yeah. You can see I've wiped that bit off there, look, on the baffle plate, just to see the consistency of the oil. Now, as you all know, this runs on Magnatech 530, and he has an oil change every 2,000 miles. So if my car, I mean, I treat this car like a baby. I mean, don't get me wrong, he gets used, but when I start him up, I let him warm up for a good couple of minutes, and I let him cool down as well. Treat it like a turbo car, but you've got these old cars, you've got to look after them. You've got to let the engine get to a good running temp before you start to move them. Now, what I was saying on this sump thing, about in regards to the oil leak, don't wipe your bottom of your engine, because this will show you, this will tell you 1,000 tails, look. Now, looking around here, look, there and there, where they usually leak, this is where the cam cover connects, the timing chain cover basically. This is where they usually leak, but Tiggs being Tiggs, he's decided not to do that. But if you look all the way around here, look, you follow this line, look, that is where the sump gasket's been, look. This is a later one. Tiggs is an 04 plate. So under here, look, sorry. Pre-face ones, the engines and everything are all the same. This mating surface, let's just clarify this, is all the same. The only difference is on the facelift and the pre-facelift engines, is this sump gasket. On a pre-face one, see I'll take this out in a minute. This is, Callum, can you go and get me that pick, you know, the snap-on pick, the little red one? Yeah. Can you go and grab me that, please? The only difference with these sumps is on the later ones, the facelift, this sump gasket is, thank you, it is actually a part, it's in here, so try and get it out. Hold on one minute, try and do it one-handed. But these usually stick in quite well, as you can appreciate. Yeah, you probably ain't going to play ball, but 1 minute. Yeah, I'll probably have to do this and do another video on it, but anyway, I'll get that later. Usually when you feel the rubber, you can feel out, I mean this one's gone, this rubber's quite hard. That usually tells you how long it's been in. Like I said, I've only Tiggs 3 years, he's not had one yet. But yeah, on the On the pre-facelift, this has a complete gasket. It is the mirror image all this way around. It's a solid alloy gasket, goes all the way around, and this gasket here is built onto that actual gasket. So it's like a layer. It's about, I don't know, 2 or 3 mil thick. It's not very thick, and it's got this rubber contained in it. That's the only difference. So if you wanted to, I suppose you could put one of them gaskets on here. The only difference is like I say, is a sump. So like I say, getting back to this, what I always do, checking the strainers, undo these 2 little 8mm here. See them? That's TIGS pickup. These are all the same. You got 13mm there. I think that's the only one that holds you on that 13mm. Take this off and I'll just gear the wash through with some either brake cleaner or gun wash. But make sure this is all clean. Wash that through. What I'll tend to do as well is just refill it. I'll hold my hand when I've got this off. What you tend to do, I mean, it doesn't really matter, but I'll hold it over, and then while this is off, I tip oil into it, shake it about, shake it, and then tip it back out, you know what I mean? And then it just coats it back in again. For that first initial turnover of the engine, just helps it out, sort of thing. So yeah, so while I'm in here, I'll just check the quality of the chains. Look, there's no way, if you can get them, you can actually get your screwdriver on the chain. And if the chains are actually wearing, you can actually feel them notching side to side on these cogs at the bottom. This, I mean, TIGS got, I mean, this is the oil pump, good old oil pump. I've had people say before, you can change the oil pump with the engine in. You can, but you've got to have hands like a small child to get it all out. And it's, yeah, it's not, it is doable, but it's just, you easily just take the engine out. So, right, I just thought I'd see a bit of oil there. So that's obviously, look, that's bypassing this bit here. So we've got oil leaking out there. It's not too bad there. Like I say, over here, look, you can see it's clearly gone by here. Look, oil's clearly getting by here. Nothing there though. Weird, isn't it? So yeah. So it's always worth doing. What I'll do is when I'm going to get the sump, I'm going to wash it out. It's going to be soaked in a minute in detergent. Get it as clean as I can. New gasket fitted. When I fit the gaskets, do not use any gasket sealer. The only place you need to use gasket sealer on any of these sumps is here. That bit there. Don't use any underneath. So you put the sump gasket in there, leave it. Don't put any gasket sealer underneath. All you do, once you put it done, a smithing over there, a smithing over there. And I'll do the same on the engine. So clean it all down so it's mint, and from here, look, you can see, look, this has been done before. You can see the amount of, the amount of gasket sealer there. That is not needed, but that could have come off and gone on the other side. So, radio. Right, that'll do. I'll see you in a bit. Bye.